Alright, so we've heard it time and time again. Shanks' conversation with Luffy at the start of the series. Don Chinzhao's speech. Whitebeard and Roger's speech, which take it to another level. But what does it really mean to be a great pirate in One Piece? What does Shanks mean when he said return the hat when you've become a great pirate? Let's get into it. I don't think there's a better time to discuss this than right now, as we're finally post Wano and well into Egghead, the start of the last super saga in One Piece, the final saga. In layman's terms, I believe that a great pirate is an individual who has a king's candidate claim and or is a contender for the One Piece. This regards strictly to captains as they share that common ambition or goal. Therefore, I believe Luffy is now finally a great pirate post Wano, as he's officially an emperor. A rank that solely exists due to a stalemate between king candidates who are all contenders for the throne but did not take the top spot for one reason or the other. Majority were not powerful enough to overthrow the others, and then there are some anomalies like Whitebeard who didn't want it and was a gatekeeper to Laugh-Tale, similar to how now Shanks is scheming and we're still in the dark about his true motive or intentions behind his goals at the very least. As for all we know, he only now said to Ben Beckman, let's go claim the One Piece. Whereas Luffy and Blackbeard are still technically a part of the worst generation and descending towards their peak prime. So overall, Kaido and Big Mom would have been the best example of the original Yonko tier caliber. Regardless, we even got teased with Luffy approaching this level at the end of Whole Cake when we were shown the exposition of the Yonko reacting to Big News Morgan's 5th Emperor propaganda hype. Even Blackbeard signified the fact that he's not on that level yet and it's too early to be called that. But we see Shanks say the time we'll meet is soon, portraying that he was approaching that tier and wasn't far off it in the grand scheme from when he or we started this journey. This is further reinforced and showcased by the red-haired pirate's reaction to Luffy's bounty post-Wano. Even with his bounty pictures, Shanks isn't too surprised, looking like he expected this, which we can presume to a degree given that he stole the Gomu Gomu no Mi and must have known of its true nature or at the very least importance. Even Lucky Roux was saying let's go see Luffy, a stark contrast to Marineford where Shanks said, if I see you now I'll be breaking our promise, knowing that Luffy's nowhere near that level of the top tiers yet. It's a crazy perspective to see how much the Straw Hats have grown and how far we've come from then, which was basically the halfway point of the series, literally and geographically, to now we're over the 3/4 mark. Further evidence I have to support this claim goes back to before the golden era of piracy. We gotta do a deep dive into what we learned about Rox's era during the Odin flashback. 30 years ago, we saw Roger introduced as a great pirate, the great pirate, Gold Roger, before he became Pirate King and ushered in the golden age of piracy, or even before his D initial was public knowledge. This may be conjecture or headcanon, but I think Roger became a great pirate in name or perception, not actual merit, because we know those are two different things in One Piece, after the God Valley incident. With the defeat of Rox D. Zebek, one of the most prominent figures in the old era. I would assume before God Valley, Roger was still known as a rookie on the come up, as we know Brook referred to him as a rookie based on his knowledge of the pirate world around 50 years ago, and God Valley was a little over a decade after that, being around 38 years ago from current time. Similar to how Luffy has been a supernova for a majority of the series and may still technically be, after the defeat of King of the Beast Kaido, appropriately Rox's apprentice, he is now a full-fledged Emperor Yonko, a great pirate in his own right, who is a candidate for One Piece and therefore Pirate King. Signified by the fact that he has 3 out of 4 road poneglyphs in order to reach Laugh-Tale, the true final island, and Shanks' words that they will meet soon, recalling the precedent of the series of him telling Luffy, give the hat back to me when you're a great pirate. Like we talked about earlier, which was further reinforced in Marineford, the climax of the first half of the series, symbolic halfway point before the time skip, where Shanks said if we meet now we'll be breaking our promise, right? Conveying that Luffy was not yet indeed a great pirate, blah blah blah. As we all know and we're shown time and time again, at that point he wasn't on that level. The Admiral saying he's not on that level, but through his sheer tenacity, mental fortitude, and willpower, aka hockey, he showed the world and all the top dogs his potential. Like Marco said, the same reason the top tiers in the Navy wanted to get rid of him based on his kingly potential is the same exact reason Whitebeard and the rest of the pirates wanted to protect him. But yeah, that's all for today. Let me know, you guys, what do you think is a great pirate in One Piece? Does that phrase actually mean something, or is it all hype? Modern fiction, out.